Dive into the heart of Cleveland's business community with the Cleveland Burning Podcast. Join me, Kim Kitchen, owner of Burning River Marketing, and Kirk Teets, owner of Cleveland Custom Coatings, as we explore the untold stories of local business owners. In this engaging series, we focus on the setbacks, accidents, and unexpected turns that pave the way for ultimate success. So just like the Cuyahoga River ignited change in the city, our podcast showcases how adversity can spark innovation and growth. Hear from passionate entrepreneurs who have braved the flames of failure and emerged stronger and more resilient. Get ready for candid conversations and a behind-the-scenes look at the business landscape in Cleveland. What's up, Kirk?
I love the fall.
Me too.
You know, I went apple picking over the weekend. Well, the judge calls it theft from the Apple store.
Oh my God.
But I did.
I hope they were the good
I did get an
apples.
iPhone, an iPad. There was a bunch of eyewitnesses. You know,
Oh
so
my
it wasn't
gosh.
great.
Oh, I was still thinking of apples. Well, welcome to the Cleveland Burning Podcast, where we uncover stories from local professionals who've braved the flames of adversity and turned them into catalysts for success. So I'm your host, Kim Kitchen.
And I'm your host, your other host, Kirk Teets. And today we're interviewing Emmanuel Zerbo from Zenith Cleaning Enterprises. I'm going to go ahead and introduce Emmanuel.
That'd be great.
Emmanuel and I became very good friends in the B&I group that you're in, Kim.
Yep.
Yeah.
And,
You guys have both left now. You
yeah.
left me all by myself.
I'm sorry.
I'm with 39 other amazing professionals, but you guys are not one of them.
Not as cool
Or two of
as
them.
us. Yeah.
I've had the honor in the last year to get to meet Emmanuel's family, his wife, children, and we play soccer together every Wednesday night.
That's right.
And just one of the nicest people you'll ever meet.
Oh,
And he does our office cleaning. The way they run their business and the work they do is absolutely amazing. I'd refer them to anybody who needs something cleaned. In the meantime, this is Emmanuel. Emmanuel, really happy to have you here.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Tell us about your business, Emmanuel.
Emmanuel Zerbo from Zenith Cleaning Enterprises. And business, we started about 2 years ago. And then the reason why we started, I wanted my wife to be a stay-at-home mom.
Okay.
Because, we're so busy with the kids and
How
she's
many?
working. We got 4 now, 4 under 4.
Okay, 4
Yep.
under 4.
Yep, the oldest
Oh
is
my
4
goodness.
and 2 months, and then the youngest is 2 months. So busy household, and but we wanted to show a good example, be able to raise the kids and take care of them. So my wife is a full-time stay-at-home mom now, and then I'm just kind of running the business, cleaning. We focus more on commercial cleanings, and we do some residential, but we like to do more of commercial. So
Cool.
That's what's going on.
Cool. Now, why do you prefer commercial?
Commercial is a little bit straightforward. It doesn't really, I'm not going to say it doesn't need a lot of skills, but it's a little bit easier as far as training staff. Residential is a little bit difficult because every customer is different.
Yeah, they've got different requirements.
Sometimes they said, okay,
different
did
pets,
you,
different
we see
rooms.
something behind the TV? Did you move the chair to vacuum? Did you move the carpet? And it's just a little bit of headache compared to commercial.
I would imagine.
Yeah.
We called the cleaning lady growing up because my mom she was a working mom. And so this was like a big deal. I mean, I grew up a long time ago. So this was like 80s, 90s.
Okay.
And she would just come on every other Friday and we would have to clean for the cleaning lady, which I
Absolutely.
always thought was like counterintuitive. I'm like, why do I have to clean
Before the
for the
cleaning
cleaning lady?
Yep.
But yeah, we had to clean for the cleaning lady, and then I know, you just my grandmother also had somebody come cleaning, and I would hear her complain about her cleaner,
Yeah.
and you hear like different people like say
a
different
lot.
things. So I
Yeah.
feel like on the residential side, people are a lot more particular.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We tell them sometimes just empty the sink before we get there. They're like, why do we have to empty the sink? I thought you were going to clean the sink. I said, I won't be able to clean the sink if you have plates in the sink.
Okay,
You
kitchen sink, yeah.
Yep,
Okay, I
kitchen
get it.
sink. Get them out, and then we can get into it. If you don't get them out, we're not going to clean it.
Yeah.
But people ask for discount because you didn't clean the sink.
Oh my gosh.
So
What are you supposed to do? The dishes?
Yep.
Like, I mean, it's it's not dishes.
we've done it before. We were kind enough to, okay, they
Oh,
have
no.
2 coffee cups in there. Okay, we can rinse them out. The next week we had 4 cups, and then we had like
Like a
plates,
casserole
and then we're like,
dish
okay,
and like 8
no, we're not gonna
plates.
do that. Let's just sit down and go over this thing again. So
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, I imagine residential is a lot more hassle just because everybody's different.
absolutely.
Well, you know the theme, Emmanuel. We really talk about like failures or struggles. Kirk and I came up with this idea because we think that that's more interesting. Like the stories of failures actually usually tell us more about a person because
Absolutely.
that's how they've
Yeah.
risen to success is by failures and by sort of spotlighting that maybe somebody, like I always imagine somebody young, like there could be somebody starting a cleaning business and
Yeah.
maybe they're not sure if they want to do residential or commercial and everything just seems to be like a train wreck right now.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
they're getting one complaint after the next and they're thinking about closing their business, but they hear
Absolutely.
from you and they're like, oh, he's been through all this as well.
Yeah.
So tell us something that you either saw as a mistake or a train wreck or a time in your business where you just thought things were kind of going wrong and what happened.
Yeah, I always tell people when you fail, you need to fail big. You gotta fail big.
Okay.
There's no way to just say, "Oh, I just failed." No, you have to get up and know, like, man, this is really, really bad. I mean, I've had that happen to me so many times, and I still get those failure moments where, it's not gonna be a good day, but you still get up and you face your fear and you go anyway.
You grow up.
Yeah, you grow up, you get up and you do stuff. So I remember one example was when I was called by my friend to quote for a huge company, the TA. They got
Okay.
2 buildings, 5-story. And then they asked me, do you do windows? And I said, yes, I do windows. I can, do you have a lift for windows? I had no idea because my English is I'm struggling to understand
So you
everything.
didn't really know what they were asking.
No, I was like, yeah, I do have a lift. So they showed me the building, like, whoa, what's the time frame? Get this done. But I'm like, no, I only have an extension that can go to 2nd floor.
Did you tell them that?
Well, it was hard to tell them, but that's when I feel big. I just say, I'm going to go and I'm going to just rephrase what I told them. I'm going to tell them I'm new in this business. I am learning. I don't do windows. I don't know what the lift is. And I was so honest with them. I went to talk to the guy. And he looked at me and said, I love your honesty.
Oh.
Literally, I love your honesty. And in this case, I'm going to give you another building that you can take care of. And from that big failure, I got another opportunity out of it.
That's great.
So, the relationship has been great since then. We take care of that one building 5 days a week. And then we get a couple windows washing project, 2 buildings, because they know we don't have a lift yet.
Right.
They still give us a job up to 2nd floor.
That's awesome. And now you got to get a lift.
Yep.
So if any listener has a lift for Emmanuel,
let me know.
Zenith Cleaning is in the market for a very affordable lift.
Yep. We'd like to work on that one for sure.
All right.
Yeah.
Very cool. So I mean, I honestly love that story, but like, what about your stories with like B&I or residential cleaning or anything like that? Like I remember when you first started in our chapter, I was like, whatever you do, don't let B&I is not like a discount club,
absolutely.
and charge us almost like more money because you're working, the benefit that we get from working with you is that we have someone that we know, that we like, that we trust, that is doing our cleaning.
Absolutely.
The benefit should not be that you're discounting things. So have you had any ups and downs with like, pricing and, you're such a nice guy. I feel like people might take advantage of you sometimes. Does that ever happen?
Yeah, that's happened a lot. That happens a lot because like, when I started the company, I'm still new. I'm still learning. And I think quoting a job is one of the toughest thing for me because so many people say you can do it square footage. So many people said, oh, do hourly. So many people have a flat rate. In cleaning, you have to be consistent. And when you pick up a job, depending whether it's a commercial job or if it's a residential, the bathrooms are not going to be the same everywhere.
Yeah.
So some bathrooms are going to take 4 hours to clean. Some bathrooms are going to take 3 minutes, 4 minutes to clean. So quoting a job was very, very difficult, and trying to work as a professional by saying like, okay, we'll do this it's going to take 4 hours, 2 people, which means a total of 8 hours. And you'll be surprised that so many people don't understand that, or maybe they're ignoring the fact that, 2 people for 4 hours that equal 8 hours.
Right.
So many times when I charge people, they're like, oh, I thought you said, 35 per hour. No, I'm talking about man hour.
Right,
Man
per
hours.
Man
person.
hours.
Man hours.
So
Sure.
I did not know that people still don't understand that. You have to be specific by telling them,
Mm-hmm.
okay, I'm sending 2 people and it's going to take 4 hours each, which is a total of 8 hours. And so many people said like it's too expensive. And later on they will call like, okay, it was not clean, the floor was not vacuum, or they pick out little things. And I have to think, okay, do I want a bad name for my company? Do I let them go make a review, or do I give them a discount, or do I go back and fix it?
Oh, that's a tough one.
Yeah, so every once in a while I'm like, I like the relationship. I love relationship with people. I like to get their business again. So most of the time I go back, name what is not done right, and I'll fix it. I think to me that's much better than just saying, oh, we're not going to be back, but we're going to give you 10% discount.
Right.
So I try to fix it
It's
because
probably a lot more work on the front end, but you're saving your reputation.
you are saving your reputation.
Yep.
Because all you try to avoid, you don't want someone to go on Google
Give you a bad review.
and give you a bad review, that you're not professional, that you don't have people that can take care of the place. And so I like to get that relationship going, either it's good or bad. Sometimes some people are so hard to break, but if you get to break them and get into their hearts and show them how professional and how kind you are, I think that makes a difference.
What a sweetheart.
Yeah.
So he's getting into people's hearts. That's
I don't doubt that in the least. He's a super nice guy. So I got a question for you, Emmanuel.
Yeah.
In our business, I think we notice too, we have to do a lot of hourly, considering how long it's going to take somebody. There's not a set price for some work that we do. One of the problems that I ran into was looking at how long I thought it would take me to do it. And a lot of times what it would take me to do it and an employee who I'm paying to be there while I'm not there isn't exactly a good
different,
match to
yeah.
the amount of time.
That is
Did
true.
you find that as a learning curve?
It's a learning curve. I find that a learning curve, but in my business, sometimes it's very frustrating because I have trained people so much. I've spent so much time in training somebody, and I only expect them to do 80% of what I do.
okay.
If someone can do 80% of what I do,
They're a
I'll be
keeper.
very,
Yeah,
very
right,
good
right.
and very happy. So I spent a lot of time training people, and then the week I was off, I sent them to do 3 different jobs, and I heard 3 different complaints from those 3 jobs. And for me, that was very, very hard to understand because I showed them everything. Like, what did go wrong? Go in a circle. That's a simple question. Simple instruction. Go in a circle. You're cleaning top to bottom. Start ceiling, light,
Right.
walls, baseboard. Why would you start in the baseboard and then you forget about the wall? And then you do the
no.
wall, you forget about the light fixture.
Oh no.
So those are the things that are very, very difficult. Even though I trust them, I give them enough time. Let's say if a job takes me about 6 hours to do, I'll give 8 hours to my worker to do it. Because I already know I can clean without thinking. I know exactly what I'm doing compared to that person who's like, oh, I don't know, what are we using? What kind of so it's a little bit challenging, but you gotta be just gracious to them and show them like kindness. And even if they do mistake, just try to correct them in a way that it will not offend them.
We tried to implement a situation where, trying to train people to stop when you're done painting. You before you clean up your brush, in our case, before you put away the roller sleeve, when you've cleaned everything else up, to stop and look over your work as if you paid me to do it.
Absolutely.
good idea.
And nitpick it,
Yep.
look at it and say, what would I complain about if I just paid for this?
Absolutely. I do that all the time. I'm the last man to leave the site. When everything is done, I just go around again. And I'm trying to train somebody to do that, to be my eyes.
Yeah.
If I can have somebody to do that, that will set me free to look for more jobs. But it's very, very difficult to find somebody that can really do that in this, time of, I don't know, difficult to find good people.
It is. I was going to ask you, how you're like, what type of time you're having, even like getting employees, because I was helping a small business owner that runs a cleaning company just to look for employees. I was like posting stuff on Facebook for her. And it was really hard. And, I know for her, she was going through like 20 people would say they wanted the job and only maybe 3 would answer the phone and only 1 person would show up for an interview. I
Yep,
mean, it's
yep.
just like this weird thing. I don't know if is this happening in the painting industry too, where people just don't show up for interviews and then you hire them and they don't show up for their first day of work?
That's
happened a
usually
lot.
common. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had
What
them
in the
come in.
world?
I've had them call, come in for the interview. You interview, seems like a great match. You give them the opportunity. I've even emailed them all the paperwork to get on payroll and everything. They'll
Right.
fill it out, send it back, go out of their way to send me another message. Thank you so much. You're not going to be disappointed. Generally, the last time I hear from
Oh
them.
my gosh.
Yeah.
You're going to say, hey,
And
be
that's
here at
happening
this
to you?
time.
Absolutely.
Be here at this time. They don't
Yeah.
show up. They don't call. You call them. They don't answer. That's it.
Do you think that's just happening because we have a low unemployment and there's like lots of opportunities for people, or is this like a new like way of people interacting where it's just it's okay to ghost your
Yeah.
employer?
I think it's a new way of the way people are acting now. Because someone told me like, okay, if you want to hire, just focus on younger people, like people college. They're coming from college. They're like hungry they are not hungry at all.
No,
I'm sorry to say that.
Yeah.
I have that new line that I get all the time. My alarm didn't go off.
So
I get that all the time.
I'm friends with other painting companies and such, and having the same conversation with them. I've heard the most common answer to this is because that's them staying on unemployment.
Yeah.
They have to look for so many jobs.
Ah.
So since they've shown up, they fill out the paperwork, then they turn in Cleveland Custom Coatings as somebody they tried to get a job for. They really don't want the job.
Those weekly.
They want to
paper
put
they
in
need
their
to
weekly
file.
paperwork to say they looked for a job.
Yeah. The worst for
I've
me
heard of
is
that.
that when you hire somebody, you're spending money to do that. And then for me, I would spend time in
Training them.
train them. I
Yeah.
spend a lot of time training somebody.
And you're not making any money when you're
No.
training them.
No,
You're
I am
losing
not-
money. It's
I'm
taking you
losing
more
money.
time to do it.
Absolutely.
If they don't if they don't want to stay with your
Yeah.
business, then it's just it's a waste of time and money for
totally
you.
waste. Just let me know you can do it or
Yeah.
you're not interested. But following me through the whole training and my grandma loved cleaning. We're so good at cleaning. And the time you send them to a job, they're like, well, it's not for me, or my back is hurting, or I'm afraid. So that's what I'm struggling with a lot.
Yeah.
Especially,
I think a lot of people are.
Yeah.
Yes.
I know
So-
through the BNI group, we have a lot of small business owners that are a lot of times in the trades and they're having the same issue.
Yeah.
So, well, give us something good and fun going on in your business right now. Let's leave on, a really cool note. Is there something that we can do to help you with your business or something that you're targeting or?
Yeah, we've been having some fun. I'm so blessed to have 2-3 more new workers that are doing a great job. And
So how many does that make now?
right now we're up to 8. We're up to
Okay.
we got to 10, then we lost 2 people, and then now we're up to 8. But I'm really, really happy with these workers.
So is a strategy to give birth to more workers? Is that why we're doing 4 under 4 right now? You're just going to have
We're-
like a whole workforce in
we're
18
kind of-
years?
Hopefully, but
I heard you were looking for 8 under 8.
I don't know. I keep telling people the bigger the company, the bigger the headache.
Okay.
So but now I'm very blessed to have 4 people. So right now I have a group of 2 working in 2 different jobs, and it's been fun.
Okay.
They're doing one group is doing the Airbnb, like I mentioned earlier. We're taking care of a very, very beautiful Airbnb in Tremont area, and that's been a fantastic experience that we like
Really
to
cool.
focus
Yeah.
on. We like to focus on. It's fun, it's clean. You get there, live a high life for a couple minutes or a
That's
couple
cool.
hours. Tell my wife all the time, I'm gonna go live the high life at the Airbnb.
Yeah.
So we clean that. So we like to focus more on that and pick up more. And I have 2 other real estate company, Real Estate, and they take care of like townhome in Cleveland area, downtown, fancy areas, like Lake Road and all that stuff. So we've been cleaning vacant apartment for them.
Okay.
And that's been another fantastic experience. So
So is that before somebody moves in?
yeah, move
Okay.
in or move out.
Okay.
So we do move in, move out, but it's just fantastic. It's a great group of people to work for, and then they're giving us job, and they're very happy with our result. And we like to focus on that. And after hours office is always fun too,
Right.
Because we have time to train people, and then you can share the what's going on with the owners and different business owners.
So we need to find more Airbnbs for you,
Yeah.
more property management that is like, good people to work with for cleaning out
Absolutely.
some empty apartments.
Yeah, those
And
would
then
be a good referral.
the after office.
Yeah.
after hours office cleaning.
Yeah.
And then we've got to find workers for you.
Yep.
And Zenith Cleaning is, there's no holds barred. I mean, you'll just go wherever. It'll be huge.
Absolutely. We go around with cleaning Akron. We actually help a little
Akron?
bit. Yeah,
Oh,
we
they're in
actually
Akron.
helped at LeBron James Foundation house
Oh,
in
cool.
Akron. Yeah, we did that. That was a fantastic experience. We enjoyed it. And then I did a beautiful restaurant in Beechwood area that's going to be opening up soon, like a restaurant / bar and a whiskey place. So it's been fun, you know.
It sounds like if you have the right person you're working with, that the distance isn't so much of an issue.
No,
You
that
got to
n-
find the right people
Yep.
that like value your
Good
time and
people.
your
Yep.
staff.
To me, it's values. We
Yep.
gotta respect each other and love each other, and then we can do a good
Oh my
business.
gosh.
Otherwise, we're just wasting our
So
time.
sweet.
I'm sorry.
I love it. I just absolutely love it. There's
Yep.
not too many business owners that talk about respect and love the way you
Yep.
do, and I
So,
think that makes a big difference.
thank
So, I love your story. We hope our listeners are as inspired by your stories as we were. Don't forget to tune in for more interviews with local professionals as we continue to explore their twists and turns that led to triumphs in the world of business. And if you enjoyed today's episode, we hope you did, please subscribe and leave us a
Subscribe.
review to help
Absolutely.
us reach even more listeners. So until next time, remember, every train wreck can be a stepping stone to something extraordinary. And thanks for joining us on the Cleveland Burning Podcast.
See you
Thanks
next
for having
time.
me.